Hey everybody, Jim Dedelow out here at Richardson Suzuki on the Boulevard. You've seen it many times as you've driven by. Perhaps you need to stop in and see a Kazashi, which is right here. It's one of their newest additions to the family. And right here is Gary Richardson. He graduated from Morton High School. Don't hold that against him. But what's so cool about a Kazashi?
The Kazashi is the newest mid-size sports sedan on the market, and it's a lot of product for the money. You got to come down and take a look at it. It comes in all different versions. This one you're looking at on the floor is actually an all-wheel drive version. They make it in a two-wheel drive version. They make it with leather. They make it with heated seats, moonroof. You get the whole package for under $30,000 window sticker, which is unheard of in today's market in this kind of product. Accolades, Consumer Digest just rated this car Best Buy Award. They had 227 nameplates in this car, fell in a #1 out of all the product line that's on the market in this market segment. A car that somebody ought to come down, at least give it a try.
All right, let me take a look. I'm going to get in here, and I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to sit in here. First of all, I guess the first thing you notice when you get in a car is does it have that, like, tight feel to it? And it certainly does. You know, like, yeah, it sounds like a high-end car. And then, of course, you got some nice black seats. I'm personally very partial to black, and it's seats and cars that I'm talking about here. And it has a nice bucket feel to it here. You got this in the back here. Now, are these heated seats?
They're heated seats as standard on the SGTS and the SLS.
And so we have a heated seat here. Now, how will the seat move? Is this an automatic seat?
It's a power seat.
It's a power seat.
You also have a three-way member, Jim. You can actually have 3 different drivers. You hit the button, and it actually sets the seat just exactly how you set it for the last time you were in it.
Okay, once again, we're looking at the Kazashi over here at Richardson Suzuki on the Boulevard. You know where it is in Highland. And so let's look here. So what do we have that sets this dash apart? Now I see a ton of buttons here.
One thing that everybody's really always popular about a car is the sound system in the car. This car comes standard with a Rockford Fosgate radio, 450 watt, 9 speakers. It's a phenomenal sound system. That's one thing. 2 is this car comes standard with dual climate control for the driver and the passenger. You only see that on higher end cars. This car comes standard in all the model lines with it.
And of course, you know, you've got your automatic here. You have your brake here, which is nice. You want to have it up high here, and I think they probably, as you go further into some of the engineering and stuff, it's much easier to grab right here. And you have a couple of cup holders here. These are fairly standard on your higher end
and you've got
cars.
Bigger cup holders for bottles.
Yeah, bigger cup holders.
And the back seat also the same way.
And not only that is, you know, if you travel a lot, which I'll drive, you know, 2 things in the middle, I hate to say it, they used to have none. 2's not enough. I mean, you put 1 there, your wife has 1, and then you got to have your little spittle over here in case you got to have, you know, away from everybody. So sometimes you need 3 and 4 places. But all right, so this one also has a sunroof, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, how is the branding going of this? I mean, how is the word getting out there? What kind of people are buying this?
We're seeing it's causing this vehicle is accolades. If you're a car person and you go on Google and you start Googling Kazashi, you'll find a lot of critics that have gone through this car and just wonderful raves about it. I'm talking Car and Driver, Motor Trend Magazine. They like the car, and they're writing great write-ups on it. And those things you can't buy. You actually have to earn those, and that's what sets this car apart from a lot of.
Let's go. So we're looking at a Suzuki engine. What kind is it?
This is a 2.4 liter, 185 horsepower, 4-cylinder inline. You've got standard ABS brakes, 4-wheel disc brakes, electronic stability control. It comes locked up with a CVT transmission, which is called a constant variable transmission, which helps fuel efficiency and performance. Just a good machine. The engine has been proven. This is a very similar engine they use in our SX4, which is on the floor over here. It's just a smaller, compact car with a little less liters, but the same configuration. A proven engine. It's been around a long time. Suzuki uses this car in Europe and Asia, so it's definitely proven.
All right, once again, come on up here. Let's take a look here. All right, this is how many? Give me the cylinders and the specs on it again.
It's a 2.4 liter, 185 horse.
2.4, 185 horse. And then you have obviously your coolant, radiator, and what do we have under here?
That's your air cleaner. That's where you would change your air filter. It's easy to change. There's a couple clips, snap it right off. This is your coolant bottle for your overflow. Your oil stick, clearly marked in color, trans stick. This is your washer fluid bottle. This is your ABS brake system. Your brake, brake fluid. That's where you check it. It's clear there. You can actually see in it. Actually has a float in there to tell you if the brake load it does get low.
All right, so I mean, obviously, the first thing you see is first of all you have a color coordination. You got an orange, green, blue, and a gray. Which quite frankly, let's be honest, a lot of women drive the cars. It's got to be fairly simple. If I need some, typically anymore people send them out to get their oil change and so forth. But
if they need to check something themselves, it's clearly marked. We go over that in a delivery process. We show them all the different things on the vehicle.
Okay, so speaking of women, all right, and I'm not saying this is a woman's car. I mean, there are cars that brand to that, but this would be fairly female friendly then.
It is. It is. It's a 50-50 car. You've got half female and half male buying this vehicle. It attracts both parties, and everybody. Like I say, I've sold many of them. Everybody likes the car. I'm impressed with it.
There you go, Gary Richardson out here at Richardson. How many cars a day go past here?
Oh, if I had to look at the last time I looked at it, was over 30,000 cars a day.
Yeah, it's on the boulevard, so you guys drive by Richardson Suzuki. So you sell new cars here. Tell us what kind of new cars and what kind of used cars you sell here.
Well, we sell Suzuki automobiles, which are Kazashi, which is our flagship vehicle. It's been out for 2 years. We have the Grand Vitara over there. That's our middle SUV type vehicle, considered like a crossover. Then we have the Equator pickup trucks, which is our mid-sized truck. Then we have the SX4 crossover vehicle, which is a little four-wheel drive car, relatively inexpensive. And we also have the SX4 sedan, which is an all-inexpensive small car.
So there's a number, what is that? I'm counting 5 or 6 models, basically. 5 or 6 Suzuki models. Now, the Suzuki model, I mean, how is it growing in terms of popularity versus some of the other brands right now?
Well, Suzuki is a relatively conservative company. They've been around selling cars in the United States for 20-some years. They started selling cars in 1954, but they didn't come to the United States till then. It's a company that grows at a slower pace, but the quality of the car is wonderful. I would put it against any model, Honda, Toyota, Nissan. Customers, when they find out about Suzuki and they buy one, generally they're back to buy their second and third and fourth. And I've got some families that are in their fifth and sixth Suzukis. It's more of a word-of-mouth type of product. And we can't compete with the big guys on advertising in any aspect. Our business is all about repeat, referral, word of mouth.
Now you also have some used cars over here. How does that work? Why don't we just like slowly mosey on over there? People are watching us on the boulevard going, what are they going to do? And look, they're going to say, he's going to trip that guy. But let's go over. So you have on one side of the lot, it looks like it's a new car lot, and you have the showroom and everything. We've already been in here. And then if you look down here, I think Tim can get it. You just see a row of cars, and most of those look to be used cars.
Jim, this is my forte. I mean, we have Suzuki, but we are a big used car dealer. My slogan at one time was "The little dealer cares." I had to get rid of little. It's the dealer who cares. And I truly do. You come down and I'm here. If you got a problem, we're going to rectify it. But I keep a good variety of products. If you look to your left, you're going to see sports cars. You look to the right, you're going to see mid-size, full-size sedans. You go to the back of the lot, we can't scan everything, but there's SUVs, there's vans, there's trucks. They all go through a big inspection, a 120-point inspection. They're put on the lot, they're right. The dents are taken out, the tires are taken care of. My guys know how I want things. I'm very particular about my cars when we sell them. When you buy a car from me, you bought the right car.
Talking to Gary Richardson at Richardson Suzuki. So Gary, what about you? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Hessville. Went to Morton High School. Started as a paper boy as a kid, and my father opened a used car lot in 1971, and I started with him washing cars, a mechanic. After that, I got into sales, and we were a Pontiac dealer in Valparaiso many years ago, and that's how I learned how to be in the management part of it. And then eventually, I got into buying my own store, and that's pretty much how the story is.
So Gary Richardson, there it is. Hessville guy, went to Morton, and he's on the boulevard right now in Highland. Stop out and see him. Thanks a lot, Gary.
Jim, thank you. Pleasure.
AM 1230 WJOB.